All right, so on our next example in this case, guys, we're actually shown a table where it has input and output values for G and H. So once again, this is your input, output. Output is always Y, input is X. And in this case, they're actually asking us to do H times G of 25. And this actually just translates to being H of G of 25. So once again, a composite function. So what we're focused on in this case is actually identifying what G of 25 is first. And then from there, we can move on to H. So G of 25 in this case is wherever we're focused on G. We have a 25 here. So in this case, the value is 5. Now, because the value is 5, you're going to get the same value, and now you're going to come to H. So in this case, the whole thing in this case, which is H of G of 25, is actually going to be equal to a 1. So let me just go back to here. This was equal to a 5. So then this 5 now became H of 5, which in this case is now a 1. So H times G of 25 equals a 1. And that would be our solution. That would be our solution. Right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the last ones in this case. The last ones in this case talk about writing the expression in terms of X, which means we're doing composite functions here. And you're basically substituting, instead of just putting like a number for X, you're actually inputting an equation. So to start off in this case, we have G times F of X. This translates to G of F of X. So this means that G, I have to, for every X that I see, I'm actually going to substitute the value of F of X, which is 6X minus 4. So then this is now going to become a 3 times a 6X minus a 4. Once again, wherever you see an X, you're substituting that 6X minus 4. And once again, that's squared. Minus a 2 times 6X minus 4 minus 10. Now, in this case, before I actually distribute this 3, I do have to multiply that 6x squared minus 4, 6x minus 4, because once again, this here is being squared. So if we multiply that out, let me actually show my work over here. The 6x minus 4 squared is the same thing as saying 6x minus 4 times 6x minus 4. If we do in this case a distributive property, that becomes a 36x squared minus 24x minus 24x plus a 16, which in this case simplifies to a 36x squared minus a 48x plus 16. So that's what I'm actually going to write over here. That's going to be, let's do it in green, a 36x squared minus 48x plus 16. All right. From there, let's go ahead and distribute that 2 now. I have to come back to distribute that 3. That's negative 12x plus an 8 minus that 10. So let's go ahead and continue simplifying this. That's going to be 3 times 36. I know that's an 8. So that's 108 x squared minus, that is a 4, and that is a 2, 144 plus 48 minus a 12x, and in this case plus a 10 plus an 8 minus a 2 minus a 10 is a negative 2. So then anything we can combine, I'm going to go ahead and combine these two and then combine these two. So then that would be 108 x squared minus 156x plus 46. And that would actually be G of F of X. All right, and last one does work the same way in this case, guys. Last one works the same way in this case. We're doing F of G of X, where in this case, G of X equals this whole expression. So that's going to be 12 minus a 5x So then wherever we see an x, we're going to go ahead and substitute all of that into f of x. So that's going to become 1 over 8 times 12 minus a 5x plus a 3. And all the work in this case is going to happen on the bottom of our equation here. So that's going to be 1 over 8 times 12 is 96 minus a 40x plus 3. That is 96, right? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and combine those two. That's going to become 1 over 96 plus 3 is 99, so that's a negative. Well, let's do 99 minus 40x. And that would actually be the function. That would be the function that we're looking for, f of g of x in terms of x.